I just asked ChatGPT to tell me the 5 best neighborhoods to live in St. Louis County. In today's video, I'm going to take you through each one of these neighborhoods and give you a little taste of what it might feel like if you choose one of these neighborhoods when you move here to St. Louis. So that you can see where each one of these neighborhoods is located, like throughout the St. Louis area, we're going to hop over into Google Maps.
All right, so we're over here in Google Maps and checking out the first neighborhood that ChatGPT suggested as the number one, or I guess one of the top 5 St. Louis neighborhoods to live in St. Louis County, and that is Clayton. So the neighborhood of Clayton is really awesome because you're surrounded by some really great amenities and great attractions in the St. Louis area. And so one of the main features of living in Clayton is that you're right next to the legendary Forest Park. As you can see here, Forest Park is a massive park in the center of the St. Louis area, and that's where you have the St. Louis Zoo, the St. Louis Art Museum, the Science Center. There's golf, there's tennis, there's the outdoor, the Muni, where you can see plays and musicals. It's a great outdoor summer theater series that they have. The Jewel Box. I mean, all kinds of really great things and attractions are in Forest Park, and that is right next to the neighborhood of Clayton. And then Washington University is also kind of at the northeastern part of Clayton here. That's a great attraction, having the college campus right there. And then one of the most unique things about Clayton is the walkability of the downtown area. And like when I say downtown, Clayton legit is like a mini downtown when you go down here, because they've got some different, like what I would consider to be not skyscrapers, but multi-story buildings, and I'll show you a few of those here in a second. So I'm going to zoom out real quick and kind of show you where Clayton is in regards to the greater metropolitan St. Louis County area. And so as you can see, Clayton is very centrally located right there in the heart of St. Louis County. And let me draw real quick. So as you can see, Clayton right here is very centrally located in the St. Louis area. And basically like the greater St. Louis County region is going to be considered, kind of this area right around here. That's pretty much St. Louis County, just as a rough outline there. So you can kind of see like how very centrally located Clayton is. And just to give you an idea of how to get around St. Louis from the Clayton area, the main highways you're going to use are Highway 64, which we call Highway 40 for whatever reason. And so downtown St. Louis is like right here. And so, if you work downtown, it's an easy hop on Highway 64, 40 to go downtown. Then also you've got Highway 170 here that's going to take you up to the airport. So it's super convenient to get to the airport. And then pretty much you've got Highway 270 here that's going to run north and south and kind of around the greater metro area. And so really Highway 64 is going to be your main central, kind of like throughout Highway 64, like around this area, is known as the Central Corridor, just because it's the central part of St. Louis County. And so really you're going to use Highway 64 or 40 for a lot of, just getting out to other parts of the county. And it's very convenient right there next to Clayton. All right, so now let's kind of dive a little deeper into Clayton and into the neighborhoods and things. All right, so here we are in like a satellite view of Clayton area, and let's take a look. Let's just dive into a neighborhood just to kind of drop in and see what a typical Clayton neighborhood is going to look like. And so for the most part, you're going to find that Clayton homes are going to be older, a lot of brick homes, kind of very nice looking streets, pretty wide streets, a lot of parking on the street. People are going to park on the street a lot because a lot of Clayton homes, like you'll see these right here, don't have driveways because there's going to be a garage out around the back of the house. And so it's kind of funny, like across the street though, the neighbors have driveways, but just kind of common. A lot of people park on the street in some of these neighborhoods in Clayton whenever the driveway access is limited, or they just, it's just easier, I guess, for them to park on the street. So as you can see, just a ton of brick homes, really nice, good size homes. Clayton is really known for it's just a really nice area. Like whenever you think of Clayton, you think of, more upper scale, higher class, things of that nature. And, the homes in the neighborhood here kind of reflects that. Obviously, you could tell that people on this street and in the Clayton area generally take care of their property, very well maintained homes, yards, things like that. One of the cool things too is that a lot of the homes, most of the homes, do not look similar, right? They look very different. It's not a cookie cutter neighborhood by any means. And that's just what you get. You get that character once you get into these older kind of neighborhoods. Big trees. So, all right, so that gives you a little bit of a taste of a Clayton neighborhood. But then you go over towards the downtown area of Clayton, and I'm going to show you what I mean here. Like when I say downtown, it's really gives you a downtown feel. And so you can kind of see just by the change in the landscape. You know, you've got all the subdivisions and neighborhoods throughout here with all the greenery and trees and everything, and then you've got, you know, like what looks like a booming metropolis right here in the heart of the downtown area. And let's drop ourselves right in here. Oh, well, that was a terrible spot to drop. Underneath the overpass. But here we go. You see what I mean? Like it's, you know, you've got some multi-story buildings. And in this area of Clayton, there's going to be a ton of great restaurants and places to shop and eat. So a lot of businesses are located in downtown Clayton. And I just love how it's like a total feel of a downtown and, you know, area, but yet right in the outskirts all along are just, you know, super quiet and quaint neighborhoods. So it's like the best of both worlds. You got, you know, suburbia in the neighborhoods, and then right in the heart of a downtown feel, just a couple blocks away. And you've got the nice outdoor patios. So here's Centene Plaza. Centene's corporate headquarters is located right here at the corner of Forsyth and Hanley. And then as you head up this way, you're just a couple of blocks away from being right into the neighborhood again. I think that's pretty unique. Usually when you've got, you know, a kind of a metropolis feel like that of a downtown area with big buildings, you got to go pretty far outside of the kind of the city limits to find a quiet neighborhood type setting. But right here in Clayton, you've got the best of both worlds. And you're right into the quiet neighborhood again, just a couple of blocks and a left-hand turn away from the downtown area. Another great attraction within the limits of Clayton is Shaw Park. Right here in Shaw Park, you've got a ton of tennis courts, softball fields, baseball fields, swimming pools. You know, there used to be an outdoor ice skating rink, and I think they got rid of it. Like the last time I went by there to look for it, I want to say it was like right here. And yeah, I'm almost positive it was right here. And looks like they got some pickleball courts there now. But yeah, this used to be the outdoor ice skating rink, and I don't know if they're renovating it and putting in a new one. I'm gonna have to look into that. But I know that this past winter when we went by there, it was not there, and that was kind of a bummer. Like one of my favorite memories is in college, we played some broom ball out there. I don't know if you've ever played broom ball or not, but it's basically you get a broom and a volleyball, and you're out there on the ice just in tennis shoes. The ice is, they do it after like an open skate and everything, so the ice is pretty chopped up and it's not super slick. But it is, man, it is so much fun. That was a great night because it was at night and it was winter time and it was just we were running around and, you know, playing some broom ball there. It was a blast, man. But Shaw Park, regardless, Shaw Park is an awesome park, a great place to be. A lot of open green space, and as I showed you before, a lot of the tennis courts and ball fields and pickleball courts and all kinds of great, you know, paths. You can see the path running, walking, biking trail going all throughout, and it's great. And then you've got Clayton High School right over here, and Clayton High School is one of the top school districts. The Clayton School District itself is one of the top school districts in St. Louis, and that is right here. And another great attraction about living in Clayton. All right, so the next neighborhood on the list of ChatGPT's top 5 neighborhoods in St. Louis County to live is Kirkwood. So Kirkwood, I'm going to show you real quick how centrally located Kirkwood is compared to the rest of St. Louis. And so here's Clayton, where we just were, right there. And then Kirkwood is just to the southwest of Clayton and super central again to the St. Louis region, and really convenient because you've got Highway 270 to the west here of Kirkwood, and you've got Highway 44 that kind of runs from the southwest to the northeast right here. And Highway 44 is going to be what's going to kind of get you to the downtown area. I can zoom out a little bit here. I can draw again to show you. So here's Highway 44, and you're going to take that to get downtown into the downtown area of St. Louis. So that if you need to get to the airport from Kirkwood here, you're going to hop on Highway 270, take that up over to Highway 70, and the airport is right there. So not too bad. So the airport jaunt there, and this is the jaunt to get to downtown. And you got Highway 44 there. You're not too far away from Highway 40. Highway 270 is going to get you down to South County, and then you've also got Highway 44. It's going to get you out west. Also, like if you have property or somewhere in the Lake of the Ozarks, kind of central Missouri, it's going to get you out that way too. So yeah, Kirkwood is a great location, nice and central, pretty easy to get to from just about anywhere in the St. Louis metro region. Now let's dive into Kirkwood and what makes Kirkwood such a cool place to live. All right, so we got the satellite view here. So right in the heart of Kirkwood, the central part of it is Kirkwood Park, and it's a great park. It's got pretty much your typical amenities of most parks. It's got playgrounds and tennis courts and baseball and softball and soccer fields and little paths kind of throughout the entire park. Then you've got Walker Lake here. Then you've also got the Kirkwood Community Center, which is going to have the ice rink right in there. My boys have played a ton of hockey games in that rink. Then you get just the main community center hub right there. And you also have the aquatic center. It's a great place in the summertime. Got some water slides and then an Olympic lane pool there, and then a lazy river and all that kind of good stuff over here. There's also a theater company that is run out of the Robert Rhyme Theater right here. The Stages Theater Company runs out of there. They put on a lot of really neat shows. And what's cool about having Kirkwood Park right here in the center is that you've got the downtown Kirkwood area right over here. And so, if you ask me, the prime spot to live, this is just me. So, but if I lived in Kirkwood, I'd want to live right in between here, because you're between the park and the community center and between the downtown area of Clayton, or I'm sorry, of Kirkwood. And so, yeah, so I was thinking about Clayton because it's a different type of downtown area, and I'm going to show you. So Clayton had all the high-rise buildings and stuff, as you remember. I'm going to drop you right in the heart of the downtown area of Kirkwood. Totally different feel. So you got the little train station here in downtown Kirkwood, and it's a very small town feel right here in Kirkwood, where you've got the downtown area, tons of dining and shopping options right here, but it is obviously a much different feel than Clayton. Like I said, small town atmosphere, little boutiques and shops, and it's a really great place to live and visit. My family and I, we don't live in Kirkwood, but we love visiting. My son actually worked at Mission Taco for a little while. It's a great taco place there. And then if you come up this way, I could show you some of the neighborhoods and houses. I thought that was the library. I think the library is on the corner up here. Yeah, so here's the Kirkwood Library right here. So it's a great family-friendly place to live, because you could walk to the library, walk to get a bite to eat, some ice cream, do a little shopping, and here's some of the neighborhoods, just a kind of a quick peek into the neighborhoods of Kirkwood. And one thing you're going to find in Kirkwood is that most of the homes all look different. They're older homes for the most part, unless you've had people come in. And what's been happening more and more is that people will come in, buy an older home, and completely level it, build a brand new house. or they completely, customize and redo the existing older style home and just renovate it, but keep its classic architecture and things like that. So it's really a lot of big yards, a lot of massive trees. And one of the main themes that I love about Kirkwood houses, you're going to see a ton of these big front porches like this. The big wraparound front porches is a common thing in Kirkwood. That's one of the things that I just love about the neighborhoods in Kirkwood. Let me just run down this street here, and I want to show you kind of where it comes out. And it's gonna pop us out right at, there's the library, and then if we make a left-hand turn here, we're going to go down and show you one of the cool parts of downtown Kirkwood, and that is they've got their farmers market over here, and it's like during like the holiday season, it's really cool around here because they've got a ton of like fresh cut Christmas trees and wreaths and crafts and everything, and they've got just Christmas lights, are on and strewn throughout the area. It's a great spot to be in the fall, like around Halloween time. They've got just a huge like selection of pumpkins and hay and all kinds of great crafts and snacks and kettle corn and all that kind of good stuff. So it's a really fun atmosphere there at the farmers market in Kirkwood. And they've got the old barn here as for a feed and garden store. It just has a really great like small town feel right here in downtown Kirkwood. One of my family's favorite places to eat is Billy G's up this way. You've got Great Harvest Bread Company. And I just love that they took these old buildings and refurbished them and turned them into, newer restaurants. And Billy G's has a great patio out here. You can't really see it too good there, but it's like kind of an open central courtyard out there. It's a really great spot to eat. And then if you keep going up this way, you're going to see that the park and community center are just a few blocks this way. And that's why I said if I lived anywhere in Kirkwood, I'd want to live among these neighborhoods and streets, because it's just centrally located, perfect between, the kids could ride their bikes to the community center. They could ride your bikes downtown. You could walk downtown and get a bite to eat. There's a cool donut shop over that way called Strange Donuts. And so here we are at the community center. There's the ice rink right there. And then the park is right here on the right. And I'll show you there's the lake we were just talking about. So you can kind of see there's the park, some trails going throughout it. There's pavilions and playground up that way. And yeah, it's just a great spot. See if I can show you the aquatic center up here. Water slides and lazy river and lifeguards there to watch the kids. And it's a great community right here in Kirkwood. All right, so the third best neighborhood, and it's actually not really the third best. They just listed the top five. They didn't list them in any order. So just basically, the third of the five best neighborhoods to live in St. Louis County was University City. And so University City, often known as U City, here in St. Louis, I'm going to show you kind of where it's going to be located. And it is very central as well. It is actually just the north of Clayton. So Clayton was here, and then we've got U City right here. And so one of the coolest things about University City is the Delmar Loop. So you're going to have Washington University is just to the southeast of University City. And then kind of up here along Delmar Boulevard, you're going to have the Delmar Loop. And I'm going to show you, kind of go towards the beginning and the opening of Delmar Loop. And here we are coming down Delmar Boulevard. You got the roundabout here, and you can go that way and you're into neighborhoods. You can go that way and you're into neighborhoods. But then if you keep going down this way, down Delmar, it's got a really cool kind of downtown area as well. It's more closely related to like a Kirkwood. It's kind of actually like a little bit of Kirkwood and Clayton combined, because you do have some taller buildings, but you've got just more your smaller buildings as well, and just a lot of great places to eat and shop. You got the Delmar Loop streetcar, the trolley there. That's a whole other story. There's been a lot of up and down with the trolley car system in the Delmar Loop here. But the loop itself is just it's an awesome spot to hang out, especially if you're just into music and art. Like Vintage Vinyl here is a just a legendary music shop where you can just get tons of like old records and a lot of indie and stuff that's not in the mainstream. Great spot there. Fitz's root beer. It's a great root beer company that's made here in St. Louis, and you can get a root beer float that's just like bigger than your head. Just awesome root beer floats there. Actually, the last night before, so I've got 4 kids, 3 boys, and then we had a little girl. And on the night before we had our little girl, my wife and I took our 3 boys to that Fitz's, and treated them to big old root beer floats. And it was like, kind of our celebration as the last night of a party of 5, before their sister came and made it a party of 6. So kind of a fun memory there at Fitz's. And Blueberry Hill, this is a great spot. There's known for just awesome music in there. Chuck Berry used to just play in one of the rooms here called the Duck Room. Used to play like once a month. Just it was awesome. You can go see a rock and roll and blues legend Chuck Berry in there, and they've got fantastic hamburgers. And it's just a cool local spot to hang out and get some food and drinks. And then along the Delmar Loop here, you just got a lot of different eclectic restaurants and boutiques. And down this way, I want to show you the Tivoli Theater. So the Tivoli Theater is a really cool, like old school, old style theater that was redone. And then further down the street, they've got my favorite music venue in the St. Louis area called The Pageant. There it is, The Pageant. Pinup Bowl is a really cool, like kind of funky bowling alley. It's a lot of fun. Fun night out there. But then you got the Moonrise Hotel here. So I've never stayed there. My wife and I've never stayed there, but at night that looks really cool. It looks like the moon. It's all lit up, but that's a cool place. And the Pageant is just down the street here. It's an awesome concert venue. It's a small room. I guess it's a mid-sized room. I think its capacity is like, between 2 to 3,000 seats, but it's an awesome place to see. A lot of big bands, will come through before they make it big. Like I saw Bon Iver there with my wife quite a few years ago before he started winning Grammys, and so it's kind of a really cool, like quaint spot to see him before he made it big. And it's just a great, really cool spot to just hang out, walk around on the weekends. This place is the Loop is just always hopping, all kinds of different stuff going on. People just walking up and down the street, enjoying the art scene here in the Loop. And then when you keep on going this way, I'm going to take you into a neighborhood here. So the U City neighborhoods are going to have a similar feel to what Clayton felt like, and it's really close to Clayton, and so that's kind of going to be understandable. But a lot of older brick homes, tree-lined streets with sidewalks, but just kind of give you a feel for what the neighborhoods of University City look like. All right, so the fourth of 5 great neighborhoods to live in St. Louis County, according to ChatGPT, is Webster Groves. And so I'm going to pull out here so you can see where Webster Groves is compared to the rest of the St. Louis region. And you can kind of see, so we've already talked about Kirkwood here, we talked about Clayton, we talked about University City. And so you're going to see that, all 4 of these all are, kind of in a central area when in regards to like where the St. Louis region is. And that's one of the great attractions about all these places is that they are central, and so it's just easy to get to pretty much every other part of St. Louis County from these areas and these neighborhoods. And so kind of diving deeper into Webster Groves, you've got Highway 44 that runs straight through the heart of it. And Highway 44, as we've talked about before, will take you downtown to downtown St. Louis, takes you over, you can get to the Forest Park really quickly from 44 in Webster Groves. Then you're also close to Highway 270, which is going to kind of take you up to the airport whenever you need to get to the airport right there. And so, Webster is a great location as far as just convenience and getting other places in the St. Louis area. But really, when you live in Webster, you're not going to want to leave very often because it's a great place to live. It's kind of got a special place in my heart and my wife's heart because we both attended Webster University together. And so Webster University is located in Webster Groves. But Webster is similar to Kirkwood, and it's right by Kirkwood. They're actually like big high school rivals. They play a really cool Turkey Day game on Thanksgiving every year, a football game between Webster Groves High School and Kirkwood High School. It's kind of legendary around here. So it's a big thing. But Webster actually kind of has like two little downtown areas. So there's Old Webster over this way, and we'll take a deeper dive in just a minute. But then you come down Lockwood here, and you've got another part of kind of like a downtown area with a ton more other, shops and restaurants and everything and dining over this way. And so let's take a dive real quick into Old Webster. And as you can see, it's very similar to Kirkwood, where it's smaller scale buildings, a lot of restaurants and coffee shops and dining, shopping, that kind of stuff. There's Panera Bread over that way. CJ Muggs is a great spot. There's a lot of really great restaurants and places to go and eat here in Webster. A lot of different little boutiques. So it's a great spot if you're into like, supporting local businesses and, if you believe in the shop local and support local, that kind of stuff. It's a great spot. Llewellyn's Pub, one of our favorite places to go. Nice little patio out here. My wife and I really enjoy like the pub type places. Not really into the fancy type of restaurant. We'd rather go to a pub style, just casual, listen to some good music, and we watch the game. But then we can kind of take you into a Webster neighborhood. So very similar to Kirkwood in that you're going to see a lot of older homes with big front porches, wraparound porches, established trees. So if you remember, like, what some of the Kirkwood neighborhoods look like, that's got a very similar feel here in Webster. It's got a small town charm, a quaint feeling to it. Just, all these houses look like a place where you just want to kind of hang out, all the front porches are just welcoming. And I don't know, I love the feel of these neighborhoods here in Kirkwood and Webster Groves. Oh, it looks like it's getting a new patio over there, but just nice bigger homes on big open lots, big massive trees. So yeah, I mean, look at the size of these yards over here and just beautiful landscaping on most of them. And the fifth and final neighborhood of the top 5 neighborhoods in St. Louis County to live, according to ChatGPT, is Chesterfield. And so Chesterfield is one of the neighborhoods that's going to be the most furthest out as far as like, not centrally located amongst the other part of St. Louis County. It's a western neighborhood, as you can see here as I pull out and give you a view of the greater St. Louis County area. But Chesterfield is still convenient to get to as far as it's got a main highway, Highway 6440, that runs straight through the center of it. So here's Highway 40. You can take 40 straight downtown. Downtown area is right there. Then here's the airport right there. So you're going to take Highway 40 to Highway 270 over to Highway 70 to get to the airport. And so those are kind of the two main highways you're going to use the most when you live in Chesterfield. And so to give you an idea again of the other areas we've looked at Clayton, we've looked at University City, we've looked at Webster Groves, and we've looked at Kirkwood. And then you've got Chesterfield out here to the west. So let's take a dive into Chesterfield. So let's pretend that we're taking Highway 40 out here into Chesterfield. The main part of Chesterfield is going to be Chesterfield Valley. It's like Chesterfield Mall is out here. Then you've got Boone's Crossing over this way, which is going to be just a ton of different shopping and dining and eating. And so pretty much you got everything you could possibly want. You got a Home Depot, you got a Lowe's, you got Dick's Sporting Goods, you got Target, you've got Walmart over here. Pretty much anything and everything. There's a Best Buy over this way as well. Spirit of St. Louis Airport is a smaller airport for more of like your, smaller private airlines or not airlines, but, airplanes. It's got a great sports complex over here in Chesterfield Valley, sports complex. And one of my favorite places to go and my family's favorite places to go is that they got a Top Golf out here in Chesterfield. That's a blast. And then this whole district over this way, this used to be an outlet mall, and they've really kind of rebranded it and are repurposing it for more of an entertainment district. So you've got a main event over here, which is like indoor bowling and arcades and a bunch of different indoor fun activities for kids. And really, I guess people of all ages can have fun over there at main event. And then you've got there's different concert venues there over here at the factory. It's a new concert venue. And there's going to be just a lot of different other new places, new businesses coming into this little entertainment district here that used to be, like I said, an outlet mall, but it's being repurposed into a much cooler, just really venue just for entertainment and fun. And one of the biggest developments in all of St. Louis County is here in Chesterfield, and it is Wild Horse Village. This is a mixed use space, and really it's going to be like a master plan community where it's going to feature different retail spaces, different commercial properties, but also a community of homes and condos, apartments. It's going to be a really cool and unique spot to live, and it's right here in the heart of Chesterfield. So let's take a hop into one of these neighborhoods behind Boone's Crossing here, just to kind of give you a taste of what a Chesterfield neighborhood's going to look like. It's a very nice suburban feel in here. So not as old as Webster Groves and Kirkwood, obviously. They have a mixture of brick and siding homes and, kind of a mixed use of neighborhoods. You're going to have some neighborhoods you're going to find you're going to have older homes. Some neighborhoods are going to be newer. So Chesterfield is really gonna give you a mixture of both different, just depending on what neighborhood kind of feel you want. If you want more of a newer neighborhood, there's plenty of newer neighborhood and construction in Chesterfield, but then there's also older, more established neighborhoods in Chesterfield as well. And as we pull back out from the Boone's Crossing area, another very popular area where there's going to be a lot of shopping and places to go is going to be right here along Clarkson Boulevard. And Clarkson is off of Highway 40. So there's a ton of different shopping plazas right here on Clarkson. Makes it very convenient and easy to get to. And, whenever you live in one of these neighborhoods, pretty much anything you can want and need for shopping reasons are going to be right here off of Clarkson. Let's jump into another neighborhood in Chesterfield. So one thing I love about Chesterfield is that you're going to find neighborhoods like this where there's just the houses are on really nice, large lots. They're not run on top of each other. I mean, just a lot of green space there. Good sized yards. Pretty tree lined streets. So Chesterfield is going to definitely give you more of your suburb feel compared to the other areas as far as Kirkwood and Webster and University City and Clayton. Those all, are going to have like the downtown areas that are walkable and drivable, where Chesterfield is going to be more, you're going to have to drive if you're going to get to, go out to dinner, go shopping, things like that. It's going to be more driving into those, like, strip malls, strip plazas. I mean, they've got just as many amenities and different things as far as restaurants and dining and shopping goes. It's just not, they don't have like what I would consider like a downtown type area in Chesterfield. So if you're looking for like a walkable downtown, Chesterfield will not be for you. But if you're looking for, beautiful homes, in really nice neighborhoods that you just have to make a short, quick drive to different great restaurants and shopping and stuff, then definitely consider Chesterfield when you're moving here to St. Louis.
So there you have it, the top 5 neighborhoods to live in St. Louis County according to ChatGPT. If any one of those neighborhoods stuck out to you as maybe a good fit for your family, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, let me know. I would love to hear more about your family and help you find the best place to live right here in St. Louis.